All right, guys, I got a special guest joining us today on the podcast. I've talked to him early on in my journalism career, and it was during his debut in the UFC. So this is kind of awesome that you're joining me in 2018. I got Max Payne Griffin joining me once again, who has an upcoming fight against Mike Perry. So, Max, how have you been, brother? You got
Yo,
fight.
Man, I'm
fresh
good.
Off the barbershop?
Yes, sir. Clean and mean.
Like I said, early on in my journalism career, I spoke with you. I was a co-host on another podcast, and you were about to do your debut in the UFC, and you actually fought Colby Covington. So me and you have really climbed the ladder, and this is really a fan treat with you versus Mike Perry. How did this come about? Was this something that you guys were talking about, on the DL, and were like, let's do it? Or how did this really come into picture?
Man, it's funny. I kind of know Mike. We ran into each other a few times. I've seen him at the retreat. We actually fought together on 202. So, we're cool. And I remember being at the retreat. It was me and him. We're hanging out, drinking. We seen Sean Shelby, and we're like, hey, man, we need to fight, And he's like, yeah, I'm a good fight. I'm like, seriously, we need to fight one day.
So you guys were broing out, and we're like, dude, we're connecting. We need to fight. Like, that's how it literally went. Yeah. Literally. It was like business, Yeah. I mean, we're both bangers, and we knew then. And I just didn't think it would happen this soon, So I'm pumped. So this was something that the fans are really jumping on board, because both of you guys, we know that every time you guys step foot inside the cage, we can expect a really exciting fight. We know that you guys aren't going to lay and prey on one another. We know that you're going to go in there and, put on an exciting show. You just got $50K from your last one, and big news for you, man. You quit your day job?
Yeah. That 50 G's was able to propel me to be able to quit my job and able to finally be able to be a full-time fighter. I've been part-time for 11 years, you know what I mean? So, part-time fighting, and for me, to just scramble to train every day and wake up early and, stay late, around my 40-hour work in a car wash shop, like I had legitimate career jobs, so it took a lot of energy, a lot of effort, and let that go. The day on the Mike Perry phone call was my last day of work.
Wow.
So it just happened perfect.
And you know what's so crazy about it? I remember when you were
alive, so to be able to do it now and to be able to appreciate it. I worked to get here. It's not like I live with my mom and I'm doing full, part-time. Like, no, I got a son, I'm, doing my thing. And to be able to be full-time and structure on everything, get my recovery in. I used to have to switch stuff out. Like, shit, do I do jits or do I rest? Do I do this? Get in the cryo. Because in a day. But now, man, my shit's booked, but in a good way. Recovery, this, that. Man, he's in trouble, man.
Well, I know that
my growth is real.
I know that you're in love with training. You literally live to train. So this got to be opening up new doors for you. We're probably going to see another level of you in the next in 2018, 2019. Now that you are going to be a full-time fighter.
Yeah, for me, it's like. Anything else. It's like being a part-time, like NBA player. How far are they gonna get? But those guys don't, part-time. So for me to know what I know now and just what I've been through to get here, I know how to manage my time wisely and get the most out of my training, the most out of my retention, my memory. Everything I'm doing, norm protected about today, different things. I'm on my CBDs. I just, I get my massages weekly. I go to, you know what I mean? I have my recovery, to the max. So it's, amazing, so I can train harder. I am, doing more stuff, getting more hours in the gym, not thinking about work at all. You know what I mean? Not thinking about my day job. you know, blah, blah, blah. Now it's just solely fighting, and it's going to be spectacular.
So you started this journey at 4 years old, and now, like you said, you have a child, and I remember, what was it, like 5 or 6 years ago, you're about to be on The Ultimate Fighter like that, and they like showed all these previews of you, you know, working and everything, and it's crazy. 2018, man, it's just really exciting how the fight lineups for the UFC. I mean, we have a lot of exciting fights, which, before we talk any more about your fights and what fans can expect when they tune in, so of course you did your debut, like I was talking about early on when we first called in, against Colby Covington. What do you think has really developed since that moment and since you debuted?
Man, that was
UFC
last
202.
August 202. That was almost 2 years ago. It was you know, you know, it's good to see him doing so well. You know, first and foremost, you know, he's taking care of business. You know, people don't like him or whatnot, but he's getting the job done. So you gotta respect it. But I mean, as far as me, man, it's been a crazy ride so far, honestly. You know, took that fight, hopped in there, and then you know, went down to Mexico City, fought, you know, the Ultimate Fighter winner, knocked him out under a minute, and it's you know, the highest highs and lowest of lows, you know. But then I went to Brazil, and you know, got fight of the night. It didn't come the way I wanted, but I mean, to even to lose a fight, right? Get 50 G's, and then you're fighting on a Fox card. You know, Mike Perry, I think it's going pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's a blessing. You know what I mean? Even, you know, when you lose, you could win. And I really think that she's starting to see what I can do. And even in Brazil, I was talking to Nogueira. He was saying that, you know, Lawrence and the guys were on their feet. The owners were on their feet during my fight. You know, he was on his feet. You know, so for these guys in the game and you know, these legends and whatnot, the owners, to, you know, they're the ones who pick the bonuses. You know, so for them to you know, pick me and, you know, my performance, it's a blessing. It just shows, you know, and now they put me against Mike Perry. You know, I thought he was gonna fight, you know, Lawler, Till, who knows, Condit, anyone. You know what I mean? He's up in that echelon of guys. And for the UFC to put me against him, you know, it just shows that they do hold me, you know, at a high regard, and they do, you know, think I'm marketable, and put on an exciting fight.
Well, right before your fight with Colby Covington, I actually spoke with him, and it's so crazy. People like Colby, people like Cody Nola, how far they can come in literally just 1 year, and with a win over Mike Perry, there's no doubt if you get an amazing performance over Mike Perry, and you know, can really please the crowd, that would be huge for your career. Definitely one of the biggest steps forward in 2018. And the biggest question, or the biggest thing I'm really excited to see, is what you're going to be able to put together now that you're able to not have to worry about going to work. You're going to be able to focus on the gym more, and you know, it seems like you're having a good time. I mean, you just won the jackpot at the arcade with your son. I mean, things are looking good.
Yeah. No, it's the momentum's good right now. You know, honestly, the momentum's good. You know, I'm hitting off cylinders. Like I said, I'm so happy doing this. I mean, I've always worked. Always. Since I was 15. You know what I mean? I've always worked. So for me to work on myself now, everyone's in trouble. You know? Mike Perry's in trouble. He is. And I can't wait. It's no bad blood, but, you know, he's a sab, you know, I'm a sab. Let's go.
See,
you know, he knows I'm not scared. You know what I mean?
The thing I love about this fight is that you two, like, broed out and were, like, bonding over fight. Like, you two literally want to fight each other to have fun. Like, you guys, it's like a play date you guys made almost.
Yeah.
It's literally like you guys made a play date.
Yeah.
Like, let's go get 50 G's. Let's go in there and put on, because it's almost promised that this is This has fight of the night potential written all over it. Everybody knows.
Oh,
it. I
yeah.
don't have to tell anybody this. So how do you see this fight going?
Oh, yeah.
If our listeners and fans that are tuning in, if they can close their eyes right now and jump forward in the future, how is this fight playing out in your head?
Man, I don't want to say everything because, you know, I don't want him to try to, you know.
Of course.
Either way, he's a brawler. I'm more of a sharpshooter, more precise. We both have knockout power. You know, I think it's going to be more of a bull matador kind of, you know, using movement, picking him apart. If you look at his losses, right, they're against technical guys.
Yeah, Alan
Joban, Ponzinibbio, you know, they're both real sound technical strikers. You know, and I believe I got more knockout power. I know me and him we're actually going punch for punch at the Institute, and we were hitting like 3 pounds within each other's punch. You know what I mean? So we hit, you know, about the same. So he knows I can hit too. And I hit way harder now. That was like a year ago. You know?
I really wish that was
6 months
documented.
ago.
I really wish that YouTube growing out was documented because this is going to be awesome. And
I got a picture.
Is it on your Instagram? Oh, and by the way, what's your
No,
Instagram?
I haven't shared it.
For
Max Pain
everybody,
MMA.
For everybody that's tuning in, make sure you guys go follow his Instagram and his Twitter. Jump on
Please,
board.
Snapchat, everything. Max Pain MMA. Max Pain MMA.
So your division, man, it's been one of the most exciting and talked about divisions, especially last year, with a lot of confusion, it seems, at the top with what's going to happen next with the champion. Of course, Kobe's there, RDA making a name for himself. What do you think's going to happen here with who's going to be next in line for the title?
I like how it's looking because it's kind of open. You know, honestly, I mean, I think for the title next, I mean, I think Colby should, you know, I think Colby could have a fair shake. I don't know who, maybe Thompson, maybe him and Thompson. But Colby's coming, man. He's good, man. I'm telling you.
You think if you had a full training camp now, you would be able to get by?
I'm gonna beat him next time. I'm actually liking that he's doing the rankings, and he's doing great.
Yeah.
You know, I want him to be a champ or whatever. He can be whatever he wants to be, you know. But I'm glad he's doing well because when I am ranked, I'll get another go ahead at him. You know, when I may be number 3, or, you know, whatever, if he has the belt or not. But I just see that I see it down the road. It's good when you get beat by a guy that's good. You know, nothing's worse than getting beat by some guy that sucks. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I mean, I beat myself, man. That fight fucked me up mentally. It did. I'm not gonna lie. You know, you're like, what the fuck? It was so.
Well, I remember you saying it was almost unreal. It was like you were in a dream.
It was like I was in a dream. Honestly, it was all like fake. It was all like between me hearing Bruce Bedford, you know, saying my name in there. I mean, it's crazy, bro. Like, it was all like third person. Like, it was so weird. But I mean, I beat myself up over that fight. Didn't watch it for like a couple weeks. Watched it. I stuffed a bunch of takedowns. You know what I mean? It wasn't bad as I thought. You know what I mean? I was just, my mind was just gone. Couldn't focus on anything. But he's good. Not taking anything away from him. You know, he beat me. You know, he pinned me. I couldn't get out. You know what I mean? He's good.
Yeah, there's a lot of
really good,
amazing stories that are developing for your guys' weight division. So I really can't wait for a lot more of it to unfold. But I really have to ask you before we end our interview, did you catch UFC 220 this weekend and Stipe defending his title?
I saw some of it. I saw some of it. You know, big puncher. You know, the biggest puncher in the world versus the guy that, you know, had to get the job done.
What was your thoughts going into it? Like, who did you think was going to win?
I picked Stipe. I've doubted Stipe in the past. You know, like, oh no, he'll lose this. Oh no, you know what I mean? But he wins. You know, I've honestly doubted him. Like the Verdun fight, the fight without Wolverine fight, all these fights, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, he's gonna lose. And then he's so technical and crisp and can hit hard. Has, you know, good wrestling. He's just well-rounded, but he's so tough. You know what I mean? So I went for the champ, Stipe, you know, somehow.
Yeah, the head movement, everything.
Yeah,
his performance was on point.
It was beautiful, you know.
So between that and DC, man, were you able to catch DC?
I just saw like the highlights of that. But DC's the man. I mean, everyone kind of knew that Vulcan had a good chance.
Yeah.
This is what he's been doing to all these guys. I was kind of worried, like, shit, man. You know. But for him to, to weather it and do what he does best and grind him out and finish him in the second, I mean, it's good shit. You know what I mean? It's nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of great cards. I'm happy that we had a great pay-per-view to start the year off. I mean, last year there was a lot of people complaining. But before we let you go, because I know that you're tired, you just got your fresh haircut, I got to ask you.
I'm right in front of the gym. It's all good.
One last thing before we let you go here. What does your schedule look like from here on out to the fight? What are you going to be doing until fight week?
What am I going to be doing? This week, I'm going out tomorrow. Actually, I'm going to Louisiana. One of my training partners, Anthony Hernandez, Fluffy, he's fighting, what's his name? Brendan Allen and LFA. They're doing the main card this Friday for the middleweight title. Yeah, so Brendan's fighting my boy Anthony. And so we're flying out there. We'll train for, kind of, get some extra training out there. When I get back, Fox is coming to do a feature story on me on the 30th, I want to say, which is tight. You know what I mean? That's so big.
Some airtime.
So big, man. Yeah, I mean, especially on Fox, that's million minimum. I mean, that it's gonna be big. So that's on Tuesday, and then I'm flying out to Vegas for the Performance Institute. Spend some time out there. And it's interesting because they told me that Mike Perry's going to be there too.
I love it. This is going to be fun.
They said he's going to be there. I'm like, what?
UFC on Fox 28 is going down February 24th, guys. So everybody make sure you guys go check that out. And you do not want to miss UFC on Fox 28. Max Payne Griffin, who is going to be going up against Mike Perry as Fight of the Night, Performance of the Night reign all over. It could be even Fight of the Year. So thank you so much, Max, for coming on. We really want to wish you the best of skill.
Thank you so much, bro.
Before we let you go, is there anything that you would like the audience to know, your fans or anything?
Man, I love all you guys. I've came a long way, and they always said this is just the beginning, but it is. Everyone knows my story and doesn't know my story. I'm a hardworking dude that's trying to fight. You know what I mean? Take care of business, and I love it. I love the support, and love my family, love my fans. Check me out in 2018. It's our year.
All right, well, we cannot wait. Congratulations on not having to go punch a clock again, and we're looking forward for you to develop and have a great 2018. Thank you so much for coming on Pure EVil MMA.
This is Max Payne Griffin, and you're listening to Pure EVil MMA.
Thank you, Max. Have a great night.
Thank you, man.